to another RRT time. Today we got coffee because it's one of those days. I wanted to talk about imposter syndrome today because I'm really feeling it. Imposter syndrome is a term that kind of came about in the 1970s by a Pauline Clance and Suzanne Imes. It was first really known as the imposter phenomenon. It was happening in the 70s because a lot of women were moving away from the traditional sort of nuclear family and getting more into the workforce. And a lot of these women started to raise up in their fields. They were continuously told that they didn't belong there, and that this is not a place for a woman to be. So this feeling of fraudulence, this feeling of, inflated views of their skills and ability just started to be a phenomenon. But now it's more of a widely rounded term. Most people call it imposter syndrome. Some people call it imposter phenomena. It's a very strong. It's such a thing. In a sense, I like the two words intellectual fraudulence because that's literally what I felt like today. I felt like, oh my God, I didn't belong here. I wasn't saying the right things. I felt like what I'm saying isn't good enough. They didn't get out what they needed. A lot of this self-doubt and underestimating the skills that I know that I have. And I just wanted to talk about that. But also, how does that fit into what we talked about before on this channel about self-differentiation? This feeling of self-doubt, self-guilt, some of my nails are broken, just live with it. I'm not good enough, are all playing into the self-differentiation that I have of myself. So if I had a strong self-differentiation, these feelings of self-doubt and self-guilt may potentially still be there, but not as strong as they were when I was feeling this feeling. And this imposter phenomena can be anything, anywhere. I remember feeling this feeling, not even just today, but this was second year of university. I was sitting in a classroom full of racialized women. We were talking about, the feminist movement and waves of feminism, and Black feminism, radical feminism, socialist feminism, just different types of feminism. Anyways, everyone was so speaking their mind and saying what they needed to say, and I felt like, holy shit, this is a room that I do not belong in. And I was just so struck. I was like, how the hell did I get here? How am I sitting here right now listening to this insightful, wonderful, fabulous conversation that I have no idea how to give input to? That's what I felt like. And also today, I was doing a thing and I just thought well, holy shit, whoa, I could have done better. But you know what? Here's the thing though. Now I'm learning about self-differentiation. I took these feelings of self-doubt and self-guilt and fraudulence and who's gonna find out, but I thought, what can I learn from it? Okay, I'm feeling like I don't know enough, like I could have done better. What could I have done better? How could I have been the best that I thought that this person deserved? Now I'm kind of getting a sense of perspective, direction, instead of letting that self-doubt and self-guilt just fuel me for the day, right? This is fueling me for the day. I have a thing here. It talks about 5 different types of imposter syndrome. Tell me if any of these are you. So we have the soloist. This is someone who's total lone rider. In your mind, feel like you need to be successful without any sort of help from anybody. You believe the only accomplishments that count are those that you achieve on your own. People who will struggle to collaborate with others, struggle to ask for help, people who, are worried about what other people will think of them if they ask for this help. Or do this, I'm strong, I can get through anything and everything by myself because I can do this. That's the soloist. I see myself a little bit in that, because not for everything, but I can struggle to ask for help at times. So is this you? Do you feel like you're a soloist? Is it hard for you to ask for help? Next, we have the natural genius. So these people have a characteristic of feeling like success should come easily and without effort. It's the mindset that's about results, right? The natural genius, even with incredible talents and intelligence, still finds it difficult to get things done because their expectations of themselves don't match up with reality. That's interesting. So then you have the expert. Yeah, I think this could be me. This is me. This is totally me, in the sense of the hunt for knowledge is good, but gets worse when we place ourselves in the things we think we should know when it comes to our career. This type of imposter syndrome is characterized by a belief that they must know everything about their field or profession. Even a minor lack of knowledge denotes failure or shame. So I think that's where I was today. I think that's where my imposter syndrome was sitting with me today, in terms of like this self-doubt and, oh my God, I can't do this because I'm not an expert in this thing. I think I could have helped this person better if I knew a little bit more. That's totally I might be here. This might be where I am, okay? The perfectionist. So perfectionists set excessively high expectations and goals for themselves. When they fail to reach a goal, they experience major self-doubt and worry about measuring up. Feeling like they want something is done right, they have to do it themselves. I sometimes think this, like, oh, if I want something right, I've got to do it myself, or something doesn't look clean enough because I didn't clean it myself, or and then we have the superhuman. So this is number 5. So let me just take a sip of this real quick. So superhuman. Measures competence based on how many roles they can both juggle and excel in. Failing short in any role as a manager, team manager, member, parent, friend, volunteer, girlfriend, boyfriend, all evoke shame because they feel they should have been able to handle it all. These superhuman imposter phenomenon people are high achievers, but put incredible pressure on themselves to be the best in everything in every single role. So remember, I was talking about intersectionality, okay? And all of these different identities and things that we are as human beings that intersect and make us the people that we are. So they're listing the parent, the friend, the child, the worker, all of these things you need to be perfect at, and if you fail in one of those things, then you are an imposter and you're not good enough, and the self-doubt just hits you like a ton of bricks. These are the 5 types: the soloist, okay, the natural genius, the expert, the perfectionist, and the superhuman. I definitely see myself as the expert, and I definitely see myself as the soloist, having trouble asking for help, but also wanting to be good in everything. So where are you? What type of imposter syndrome are you? But here's the interesting thing. Just like intersectionality, there are bits and pieces of us that fit into each of one of these things. Because I'm not solely a soloist. I'm not solely an expert. I see myself in more than one of these things. And they all play a part into the imposter phenomenon that I feel at times. And yeah, so that's RRT. RR coffee today. Anyway, oyasumi, bonne nuit, bonsoir.